You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat, the pulse of Americana, with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker. Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Welcome in, Hometown Heartbeat. Boomer and the Boogie Land Beard checking in with you this morning. We're so thankful that you choose to join us each and every morning. We could not do this show without you. Got the new ratings book yesterday. You're still digging us, but we're still digging you. So thank you so much for making us your favorite talk show at this early time of the morning. In the top 10. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Up top, high five. COVID, wash your hands. Boomer joins us back again this morning. We'll get him into the lineup and on the field. He barely made it. Apparently staying up till 11:30 doing Havoc hockey games and then waking up at 3:30 is going to be a challenge. Good thing the hockey season was shortened significantly. We'll have to talk with him about that. We've got producer Connor. He didn't even bring his mask in today, so he's feeling froggy. Wait, he's reaching in the pocket, and there it is. Not contaminated at all by his pocket. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a flatulence sharing teacher on a Zoom call with her students. It's hilarious. We got a video we got to watch. We got J.J. Watt laying the boom, usually laying the boom to the opposition, this time putting the boom to his own team. So we'll have to talk about that this morning, but most importantly, we want to hear from you. So all morning, 866-494-9866. All morning long, we want to hear from you anytime throughout the show. Thank you for the messages and the kind words and the we miss yous and all of those. They are very much appreciated. And I guess we need to get this game started. So the best exported product from Shelbyville, Kentucky since Colonel Sanders still plays VHS tapes at home with the fam, tries to impress his wife with the mixtape from the late 80s and early 90s. The artist formerly known as Freak Daddy is old enough to understand what it means to actually shake it like a Polaroid picture and have physically done so. The godfather of old souls, the sick and tired, but not sick of being tired. Yeah. Boomer, how are you, buddy?
I feel like the New England Patriots.
Just getting runded over, huh? Boat raced. Like, you feel like you were boat raced.
The thing, it's a reality of your age, I guess. Maybe you guys will. I won't say Sandee, but because I won't be in.
Are you
talking about age.
Calling her old?
No.
You calling her old? We're getting started early. We've not even introduced her.
I cannot speak for her yet. That's all.
Let me go ahead and say good morning, Sandee, so she can fight you on this.
Yeah, good morning.
So it used to be.
I'm on the struggle bus this morning. I'm just warning you.
So
okay.
It used to be like when I would go to a Havoc game, I would be moving around a lot, and I'd have
drinking a lot.
I'd have a Fitbit, so I'd probably put in anywhere from 15 to 20,000 steps during a hockey game.
And 15 to 20 cocktails.
No,
okay.
no drinking in a hockey game.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And it'd be rough on the legs and things like that. Well, now with the new COVID rules, which we can discuss those today as well, I can only stand in 2 locations. All right, but I have to stand. I can't sit down. There's no seats. So
fantastic.
How I feel old is I feel like I've been hit with a baseball bat all over my body. Yeah. And I've done 2 hockey games in 3 days, and I
volunteered.
I'm old.
Just to be clear, I volunteered.
Well, I do have some. You don't fit the COVID regulations. I did try to do that. It's COVID lockdown. It's been like I said. It's not the Havoc. It's and I don't want to get the VBC mad at me, but there's some
flaming liberals up there.
Some of it just doesn't make sense.
There's some folks that voted for the man from Scranton that are up there at the VBC.
Yeah. I got in trouble because
I'd kick him in the mouth.
The players are in a certain bubble. Okay, like they're
you can't go near the
they're
players.
Restricted. But then the coach came up into the office.
You broke the bubble!
I was like, "What are you doing? You're outside the bubble." And then they said another part, which we can talk about later. But there was another part during the game when they were like, you can't go to other players. And I was like, yeah, but the players are allowed to go to Walmart. So therefore, that pretty much cancels cancels everything.
Wait. Then that's not a bubble.
I'm telling you.
Then that's not a bubble.
Well, what I've learned, there's no such thing as COVID restrictions. It's COVID liability. That's what we should call it.
Well, yes.
That's all.
Well, that's a fact. It's got nothing to do. Why do you think we're over here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
And I'm not trying to get anybody mad with us anywhere else, but
I've
why do you
enjoyed
think we're at this studio?
It felt incredible to be, out in front of 2,700 people and to have a little bit of normal, I guess. But yeah, it just.
You better make sure you tell them about our show, all 2,700 of them.
Lord. It's interesting. We'll discuss that. But I was good to be back. Had to wear a mask the whole time.
No.
So I was literally felt like I was going to pass out most of the time because I need to be an example. I need to be a light.
Wait. Did they say that? Did they use the term you need to be a
what
light?
They wanted our staff, the entire hockey staff.
Did they call you? Did they say light?
No, I just
okay.
I
made that up.
But I mean, I think that's the only thing that they're don't be seen without
That's
your mask on.
That's the only way to describe it. Yeah,
but you just made the most important point.
Yeah, don't be seen.
Don't be seen without your mask on.
We don't need a picture. Like literally, and here, the thing is, I was kind of disappointed at some of the hockey fans or individuals. I guess you're going to get all kinds, but like at the end of the first game on Saturday, the Havoc players were shaking hands with the other players.
What?
And people went livid on social media. So to the point of we had the military night last night, and it was made, listen, we're going to do a ceremonial puck drop. You will drop the puck, and you will keep your gloves on, and then you'll fist bump each other, but with gloves on. So I was just like, I was like, okay, I'm struggling. Just after they fought each other.
They literally could have made out as close as they were, but by God, we're not gonna. No, it's like I love watching the NFL football players that are obviously like jumping on top of one another for an hour, and then as soon as they go to the sideline, they throw a mask on.
Oh yeah,
and it's like you were literally you were within 6 inches of one another's mouths. Mm-hmm. Like we're not talking about 6 feet. You were literally within 6 inches of one another's mouths.
Yeah.
And now you want to put a mask on?
Yeah. There's some. My favorite of the whole. I said I'm going into hockey. I shouldn't have been going to hockey, but it's just still fresh. It was only 3 hours ago. But like they have a thing called Chuck-a-Puck.
Huh?
So they have a thing where they have these like
foam.
That's
a terrible promotion name.
Well, they have these foam pucks that they put they'll buy them for $1 or whatever, and then they throw them onto the ice. And if it goes near certain circles and stuff, then they win prizes. If it goes in a bucket, they win cash. So they throw them up. Well, there's probably 1,000 of them on the ice, and then they have to go and pick up the pucks on the ice.
Were chucked.
Yes.
Yeah. Chucked
they're
pucks.
scraping up, using like these things to get them and pick them up because normally they have a kids club that actually gets to get out on the ice and picks up, but because of COVID, kids can't get out there and do that. Understand? All right. But the thing that I didn't like about it is they're just picking all these pucks up with their hands and they're putting them in buckets and doing things. And I was like, number one, if you're being safe, then these individuals are all different people have all touched. There's 2,000 people have touched them, and now 30 people are picking them up. But then as they're scraping up the ice, I was, it's a playing field like football. Where what do you think players do when they're playing? Men.
They spit.
Yes, that's exactly. So
they spit all over the ice.
Yeah. So
and these kids are just bending down, wading through their spit.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah,
oh gosh,
that's a different bubble.
Yes, son. It's like the white. It's like the yellow snow.
Yeah. So my kids were helping out. And I was like, you right now you go to the bathroom and wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't.
Oh no.
And I wasn't being weird. I was just like, we should have been doing this a long time ago.
So you're like patient zero for the show right now. I mean, yes, you're like right in the middle of it.
I mean, I've seen public events, and I'm okay with it.
I mean, technically, Sandee was patient zero, but but still, we finally came out of the. Information can be declassified after a certain period of time. Right. We declassified her disease yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because she had the Rona back in the day.
You did? Oh, yeah.
I think it was before you were here. It was before you were here.
Yeah, it was.
It was right before you were here. That's how long.
Well,
wow.
Thanks for telling me now.
Well, I mean, it was strictly a need to know basis.
3 weeks I was out, so.
And she stayed away for a long time.
Were you
because
sick?
she had her She had her
No.
2-week quarantine, and then she went on a week-long vacation.
Yeah, I did.
So
I deserve to go on vacation.
after being locked in her house.
Oh,
yeah.
and I will tell you too. My since it's been so long, I forgot my trip to Gatlinburg. I did.
Oh yeah.
I stared down coronavirus face to face. I walked up to the fiery dragon and said, "Not today, Corona. Not today."
Nice.
He walked up to the fiery dragon and said, "Not today." I love it.
Because I remember Dale Jackson came back and said that too. And I will tell you this: there is no coronavirus in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. at least that's spoken of.
I hear that. Well, we've got a lot. It sounds like we've got a lot to talk about this morning. So don't you go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back here 15 minutes past the time.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
Remember being in your favorite sport clips getting set for that great MVP haircut experience? Yeah, how about if we made that wait even shorter? Now, with Sport Clips on Deck text alerts, when you check in online or with our app, we'll text you a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. And when you're the next man up, you'll get another text to come take your seat. Less wait time, more prime time. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
Are you tired? You suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
If your computer stopped working, your business will grind to a standstill. This is Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. For my friends over at Simple Helix, the cost of a full-time IT department is really just unreasonable. Call Simple Helix today at 256-975-4758. They never take a vacation and cost far less than a full-time employee or staff. This new normal we live in has us working from home and remoting in all the time, so 24-hour support is more important than ever. Reliable and safe access for you and your employees doesn't get more simple than Simple Helix. 256-975-4758. That's 975-4758. Tell them the Beard sent you.
Stay informed and entertained all day long. Only on WVNN.
Play. Where are we at? Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. Boomer and the Beard. We didn't have our normal lead in, so sorry about that. Dead air is always a thing. So, yeah, give me fever.
Give me Rona.
Are you going to write a new song today? Fever when I have the Rona, you give me fever. Oh, sunlight kills the Rona. Oh, we could write a song to this for sure.
Yeah,
We need Mikey. We need Mikey for sure. Yeah, that's a pretty good parody idea there, buddy. Well played.
Sometimes
So-
lack of sleep brings out the whole,
You did see
all
where
the creative juices.
you did see where surfaces don't do what they thought they did. Where the Rona dies on surfaces pretty quickly.
Yeah, I heard something. I read something yesterday where they said that
About UV light.
asymptomatic is not a thing. Like if you're
No,
asymptomatic, it doesn't pass.
Yeah, that's
And I was
correct.
like, okay, here, the world is upside down. It's
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, let's see. Coronavirus. Let's see.
Did you see Seth Curry yesterday? The video of that? That was another
100 3-pointers or whatever?
in a row. He didn't miss. That's pretty intense.
Well, when that's all you know how to do.
Still, it's pretty impressive. I
Yeah,
don't think I can do
sure.
103 things consistently without messing up anything. I don't think I could drink Diet Pepsi 103 times without spilling some of it.
That's fair. That's fair. He's a special player, no question. Ooh, that hurt. Sorry.
Oh, John Morant. Oh, no. That's not good.
Yeah, he's hurt. Bad. Ja. No, put your mask on.
Okay,
Put your mask
It's
on.
one thing when Zach is ADD,
I
but
know.
Boomer, it's really bad when you
Sleep
go
deprivation.
that route.
Sleep
Well,
deprivation.
it was,
Oh my goodness.
to be fair,
Sleep deprivation.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if I'd consider it sleep deprivation once. I mean, 4-hour sleep is not sleep deprivation, I don't think.
Well, for me,
You might just be tired.
if I feel
Now,
like
if you did that for 2 weeks straight, I'd call it sleep deprivation
well,
without
hopefully
question.
I get some sleep today.
Yeah, tonight and today would be great to try and get some sleep. So
I'm thinking my day job. I'm gonna go. I gotta make a call, and I'm just gonna go lay in my car like a homeless person and just be like, I'm just gonna pretend to sleep today.
speaking of homeless people, yesterday I went over behind Railroad Bazaar here in Athens. There's a homeless camp back there. They were moved from a different part of town. We got to do something about this. We've got to help these people. I spoke with the mayor, and he's willing to help, but he made a really good point. And I want to be very clear about something. Mayor Ronnie Marks does a great job for this city, and as you well know, throughout the election cycle, he was on with us all the time. I never backed a candidate. I let you choose. I tried to help you be educated between him and Russell Johnson, and the city overwhelmingly chose. It was close, but not as close as people thought it may be, to re-elect Ronnie. Ronnie is a good man. He's a man of faith. I believe him. I like him a lot, and I trust him. Okay, so I want to be very clear. This is not an indictment of Mayor Ronnie Marks. Mayor Ronnie and he knows where I'm at on this. But he made a good point. He said, Zach, I'm not going to do anything until the churches stand up to do something. He said, it is not the role of the central government or local government or government in any case to provide the charity that the churches are called to provide. He's a Christian, and he said, we'll go to church every Sunday and take up a love offering and put in new pews or new carpet. But we can't do anything to help the widows and the orphans and the sojourners. And I'm like, he's got a great point. On the other hand, and let's play devil's advocate here. Again, this is not about Mayor Ronnie Marks. This is about how do we help, right? Mm-hmm. On the other hand, they were moved from a part of town where they were more visible to a part of town where they were less visible. There wasn't an effort to help. It was an effort to hide, right? And that was at the municipal level. So where does that fall? How do we I have made my mind up. God has put it on my heart to do something. I'm going to do something about this. I spent an hour with the folks yesterday. A lot of drug issues. I mean, I was very honest. Mm-hmm. I mean, not probably to the point of endangering myself, but just, how many of you could pass a drug test kind of a thing. What drugs are you taking? I mean, very realistic. I mean, just very brutally. I mean, because you have to be real with those people. And I told them, look, I'm an addict, so I get it. I understand the struggle, and I'm on your team here. One of them, no drug problems whatsoever. He is Medicaid. It's a 12-month wait to see his psychiatrist to get his medicine for manic depression.
Yep.
And so
that's where it gets really sad.
He was at Huntsville homeless shelter. He got a job. He got an apartment. He held them both down for a year. Didn't take his meds, and he's homeless again. Yeah. And in order to get his meds fixed so that he can become a productive member of society again, he has to wait 12 months to see the doctor.
Yeah, that's one that you asked me that, the other day when you told me yesterday that we think about things we can do, and that's one that it's such a deep hole that those individuals get in. It's not not easy. Can we do a GoFundMe account?
No.
It's a deeper hole that not only those individuals need to get out of, but the time that you need to invest in those people is not.
Well, here's the deal,
daily
though.
thing,
Well, and here's the deal. It's not for us to fix. We're not My wife and I were talking about it last night. She's like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, we're going to raise money. And she's like, what are you going to do with the money? And I'm like, no. When I say we're going to raise money, what I mean is we're going to find an organization who is capable of, on a daily basis, or whatever their program is capable of ministering to, counseling, training, whatever it is, these people, that is equipped, that has been called to, that has been trained for this mission. It is not my mission. It's my mission to raise awareness and love on these people. Yeah. That's what I've got to do. That's what I have no choice in the matter. I've got to get people to see what's going on, and I've got to command them and call them to action, right? That's what we do. That's what a radio show is, right? For advertisers, they need us to call to action and command response, and people want to be told, right? And so we're telling, we're talking, we're commanding, we're calling, right? That's what we do here. But it can't, on one hand, if everybody has the attitude that Mayor Ronnie takes, then we never get anywhere. Well, I'll wait for so-and-so to step up. I'll wait for so-and-so to step up. On the other hand, Mayor Ronnie he's absolutely dead on, spot on correct. If I have one problem with the church, which I've got many, but if I have one problem with the Southern church, with the churches in general, they want to stand in the pulpit and talk about one thing, and then when you look at these huge buildings that are built, these brick buildings that are all over town, You've got it 18, 19 degrees on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and not a single church is opened up to warm the freaking homeless. Not a single church is open to keep them warm. Because it would inconvenience you? You'd have to spend time away from your family? What are we doing? That's shameful, is what that is. And that should be an indictment on every single church of every single denomination anywhere near Athens, Alabama, or anywhere in the country. Well, the Rona. We can't have the Rona. That is not an excuse to not do ministry, just to be clear. It may be an excuse for the government to shut down your business. It is not. The gospel doesn't stop at pandemic. So I don't know. I don't know what we do. It fires me up. We've got to do something. This show's going to do something, without question. We're going to find an organization to partner with. I'm going back today. I'm going to go every day until we figure out what we can do. And look, I realize it's not easy. I realize we're not just going to waltz in there and make these people unhomeless. We're not going to unhomeless the homeless. That's not my goal.
Yeah.
My goal is to help these people find a way to get back into society in whatever capacity they're. And some of them may not want to leave.
Yeah.
And that's okay. At some point, they're going to be made to leave.
At least they have an option.
But you just got to give them. You got to give them the opportunity. And I asked them all, I said, if I handed you a cup right now and you peed in it, and that was a very honest conversation. And I said, well, until you can answer that question differently, you don't want to leave. You don't want anything different. You're not going to go out in society and freaking, smoke crank and be productive. You're just not. There are a lot of people that casually smoke marijuana or that casually take opiates or that casually whatever that are productive members of society. Typically, meth heads, not productive members of society. That is a different class of drug. And so there's a lot of things at play here. But if you know of any organization here locally, and I heard Hearts for the Homeless, well, unfortunately, I don't understand why an organization wouldn't have a phone number on their website. It's besides me why they would do that, but they don't. And so if you know, Larry Pierce is his name. And I'm not calling him out. If anybody knows him, let me know. Reach out to me. Give me his contact info. You can email the show at hometownheartbeat.com. You can reach us on Facebook. You can reach us on anywhere you want to reach us social media wise. You can call into the show 866-494-9866. But we got to do something. We can't sit, and this is where I'm calling Christians out. Okay, if your faith stops at the door on Sunday morning when you leave, you don't have faith. There's no relationship with Christ if you can put everything, you don't just have it there in the church. If you do, if it stops there, it's not real to begin with. And that's just some hard truth. And so I hope you have it in your heart to help us help them. We don't know what that looks like yet. So, I've got money. I've got a donation. Don't save that. Hang on to that, because we're not just going to recklessly and aimlessly take up a donation and then not know what to do with it. We're going to spend some time counting the cost. We're going to spend some time vetting and finding an organization so that we don't waste our time and our money with an organization, like with just, I can't fix this. I can go out there and love on these people, but I am not certified or qualified to help these people in the way that they need help. And so, and there's wisdom in that. I want you to know that. Like, that's not a cop out there. It is not my calling to go out, and I don't have the skill set to go do the work that's required. Now, I will happily work alongside someone. I will come alongside an organization that has this kind of mission or skill set. But you guys be thinking about that. If you know anybody, please let us know. Please reach out. We've got an issue here in our little small town that nobody can fix but us, and we need to do that. So you're listening to Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
The House voted to increase the amount of direct payments to Americans from $600 to $2,000. President Trump has called for that increase. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Monday the Senate should get on board.
I do think that the American people would love to see that unity on their behalf.
Sources tell ABC News that Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will speak this afternoon on the Senate floor as Republicans have been resistant to that increase. The Senate is also poised this week to override President Trump's veto for the first time. That's after the House voted to override the president's veto of the defense policy bill. California's Governor Gavin Newsom said Monday that coronavirus stay-at-home orders in the state are likely to be extended because of increasing hospitalization numbers. Boeing's 737 MAX jet is set to resume passenger service today. It was grounded for almost 2 years after a series of deadly crashes. There's updated software on the American Airlines flight from Miami to New York. Brian Clark, ABC News.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back. That same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me? I said, don't worry, kid, I got you. Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for 1 low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
You don't need a diet. That's work. You don't need a stylist. They're overrated. And you don't need to hang out with older or fatter people just to seem better in comparison either. All you need are these masters of video production. They'll make you look good.
Make your videos look good with Cotton Row Productions, the official live stream provider of Hometown Heartbeat and The Dale Jackson Show. We can handle events, church live streams, and your digital advertising. Call Cotton Row Productions today, 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355.
Where Alabama talks, WVNN. Depend on it.
Hit play. Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, leading the way right in front of the bed music. Boomer is struggling today. I might have to take. You
distracted me. You hit me with deep stuff, and my mind was in deep thought.
From the prior segment?
Yeah, and then I shared that. I was too many things. I'm struggling.
You are struggling hard this morning. You know what we didn't?
I'm from Kentucky.
You know what we didn't do?
I know. I'm going to bring that up.
What?
I was about to bring that up. Our minds are probably thinking exactly right.
What? We didn't talk to producer Connor. Connor, what's up, buddy?
Not much.
Feeling left out?
Nah, I'm just hanging
You
out.
picked on him for his COVID condom, and then
His what?
COVID condom.
Easy.
Their protection against COVID. I mean, that's.
I don't know if I like that. Connor, how do you feel about that phrase?
Not my favorite phrase.
He says hard pass. Hard pass. He loves it when I put him on the spot like that. So Connor, let's talk about the Rona in your house, because you have an infestation. I say condom, you say infestation. I was trying to say infection or infected, but I said infestation. So you have an infection in your home. How's your sister?
She's doing fine. She
symptomatic or no or.
Nah, she ran a small cold. So we both got exposed on the same day, but she didn't realize that she had gotten exposed until a couple days after I did. So while I was holed up in my room and just unaware of what was going on in the world around me, she apparently had a small head cold, and then found out that one of her friends on her basketball team had tested positive, but after that she was fine. And never had another symptom.
Well, and that was your experience, Sandee, was a head cold. No fever, it was just a minor head cold. That's how and then shortly after you got positive, my experience was exactly the same. I just refused to get tested.
Yeah, I had really bad chills and a headache that would not go away.
Yeah.
But it was just for that one day. And then I was fine. I literally was doing everything. I never got short of breath. I never lost my sense of smell, sense of taste.
Does she have her sense of taste and smell, Connor?
Yeah, she never lost either of
so
those.
that's so weird. Man, it's so weird.
Well, the one thing I don't like about when you get into you're talking about it is you got the individuals that just shut you down so quick. With the dealing, like I said, and with the Havoc. I mean, it's nothing with the Havoc. And I get it. You're in this unknown still, and you have this huge group of people for the first time you're getting together.
You trying to walk this thing back so fast.
Well, no, I mean, there's nothing I said that I hadn't. But then, you start saying that, and then, somebody goes, "I had 2 friends die from it. How do you feel about that?"
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Well, God, there's nothing."
Well, I had a bunch of. I've known a bunch of people to die from the pneumonia too. For the love of God, cancer is real too. What do you want me to do? It's a freaking pandemic, but it's not as. Never mind. Take it away, Clay.
I think Sandee was going to say.
Take it away, Sandee.
Well, no, I know people that have passed away from COVID. I know people who have gotten very sick. Like my daughter, my oldest daughter, she got COVID, and the poor child could not taste anything. Her taste is starting to come back, and she's got this residual cough. It's just, it happens different. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but it hits people at different ways or in different ways. I don't know. And my daughter is extremely healthy. She doesn't have any health issues whatsoever, but she had a hard time breathing, and so.
Well, the one thing I made this person really mad yesterday because I said, well, there's 800,000 people last year that died of diabetes. And they said, well, you can't give somebody diabetes. I said, yeah, you can. And they actually profit off of it. So what's worse? You just giving some sickness around or going, say, hey, get this, triple layered hamburger patty with, a 1 gallon of
for $1
Oreo cookie shake.
For $1, let's go ahead and get that. Let's make the worst food really super cheap, and then let everybody get sick. Yep. But healthy food is going to cost an arm and a leg.
Right.
Yeah.
You want a salad? It'll be $11.
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
$1 Blizzard.
Exactly.
Come now. Buy one, get one.
Yeah. Let's not be. Let me not try to lie to you. I love a good Blizzard. So
that's why I'm diabetic.
I
It didn't get there because this stuff is nasty.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
But I also know that when you're, you have pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions that you that would affect you no matter what. That's actually the definition of a pre-existing condition, right? That it would hamper you with other illnesses or things like that. Or
no, I think pre-existing means something totally different, but pre-existing means it exists prior to you being insured.
I know, but I'm just saying the whole concept of a pre-existing condition.
I think what you're talking about is a comorbidity.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like yours is a yes. You're absolutely what you're saying. Yeah, but yours is like you have a comorbidity or a what was the other contributing fat whatever. But pre-existing, I think in those terms would mean prior to insured.
Like my dad was 86 when he passed away. He was in a nursing home, fell and broke his femur.
Right.
And his lungs quit.
Right. So he was he had some predisposition to I mean, it's a weakness.
Your body can't
Your
handle
body
it.
has lived long enough that it has something in it that's a weakness or whatever. 866-494-9866. Old18.com hotline 866-494-9866. Carl from Athens on line 1. Carl, bring it in here. What do you got?
Thank you for taking my call, Zach, and the rest of you guys. I like to slightly disagree with you about the activity of the church.
Okay.
There in Athens, there used to be a program called Churches Involved that were 24/7, and they were connected with the sheriff and the police department for cases concerning charity, feeding people. And there were a church that opened up. It was in the black community. All the holidays they opened to feed people and to, provide shelter if needed, But the devil is busy. He's very busy in deceiving. Sure. And with this COVID, I mean, he's influencing people to really take the reins and influence people by fear.
Sure.
And I learned as a motivational speaker, a good acronym for fear is false expectation of approaching reality. That things are happening. And one more thing, my son had he went to get another test today because he couldn't go back to work.
Sure.
Because of the COVID, but nevertheless he had the same conditions as Sandee's kids did. But the last thing I would like to say is the fact that people need to look up and think scripturally, have a biblical worldview as a Christian. That's what's lacking.
Absolutely.
It's like the latest thing on the news is about the, I can't remember the name, but the racial incident with the so-called performer and the white girl. The first thing they do is play off of racism. Sure. And cause fear. But if a person had been thinking biblically, they would have thought personally in the sense of what the Bible says about a person being persecuted or being accused of doing something. But the Bible instructs you, if you do something wrong and get accused of, doing wrong, and you're guilty, there's nothing you can do in the sight of God that's pleasing. But if you accept doing right and get accused of doing wrong, the story.
Sure.
You're blessed. So that's what I wanted to say. Be encouraged, and people need to think biblically in every instance,
Absolutely.
Because,
put on your gospel glasses. You got to wear gospel.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you got to wear gospel glasses. You got to see everything through the lens of the gospel, or else you do not walk in relationship with God. I believe that. And Carl, I thank you for the call, and I do want to make sure that there are churches in every community. There are churches that will stand up and do something. I'm not saying that every single church in Athens is bad or is unwilling to do something, but what I am going to say is there are not enough. There are not enough churches who are willing to stand up, and you're willing to have a big budget and a big building and a big this and a big that, but you're not willing to be big for the community. because it's uncomfortable. I'll tell you, there's a church in Nashville, Tennessee. It's actually in Gallatin, and I struggled with my denominational raising was such that I had a very legalistic view of a lot of things. And there's a church in Nashville that is humongous, like 10, 12, 15,000 on a Sunday. I mean, it is the very definition of a mega church. Okay, they had a 7-figure payroll. Okay, on a regular basis, and when the first time I went up there, I really struggled with, wow, how much could you do for the kingdom with all this money and all this building and all this everything, and instead you choose to use it on salaries. And come to find out, they were open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There was somebody there in the community. They had homeless people in. They had, you name it. There was ministry happening inside that building every single day, all day long, all hours of the day. And I was like, wow, that's what it's supposed to look like. Big building, big budget, big service, right? And so that would be my challenge. And Carl's right. There are churches that are willing to stand up, but none of us can point to one that was open on Christmas Eve for a warming shelter. Can you? Does anybody know? I mean, my church wasn't. Now, would my church have if somebody called and asked them to be? I don't know. I don't know that answer. I would hope so. I think so, but we weren't, and it was cold.
What's the 80-20 thing? The 20% of the people are
does 80%
doing
of the work.
it. And I think that the hard part is we kind of talked about like at Christmas. We all go do the angel tree. We all do the things like that, but then that kind of wears off and life happens and we go back to other things and we kind of forget but that need's still there just because it was Christmas that it's that situation just gets solved because you bought a toy for little Jimmy.
No, that's absolutely right. Little Jimmy got a toy. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. We're going to solve this problem. We're going to create a call to action. Join us in doing so. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
Got you covered screen printing and embroidery in Athens. Our team is here to help you with custom printed t-shirts that you want. And we know that means quality. At Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery, we focus on the highest quality and the fastest turnaround time possible. Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery on West Sandifer Road in Athens. Call to make an appointment with our graphic designer. She's awesome. 256-444-4500. That's 444-4500. And online at GotYouCoveredAthens.com.
There's nothing like the peace and serenity that you get while fishing. Invest in the rod you deserve. Old 18 is a veteran-owned company operated by a U.S. Navy SEAL and Top Gun fighter pilot, breaking the mold of the fishing industry. At Old 18, we offer high-quality products with a 25-year master rod builder behind every rod. We offer a no-nonsense, hassle-free warranty we stand in front of so you don't get left behind. Shop old18.com and type in the code BEARD for a 20% discount.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
It's your news now. WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. Glad to be with you this morning. We couldn't do this show without you, and we're so thankful that that'd be the wrong slider, that you choose to join us each and every single day. So you had a visitor, Sandee?
Yeah, sort of freaked me out.
So she just sent me a text and said, just in case I die, there's some guy here that I've never seen before, and he kind of scared me.
Are you talking about Chuck the engineer?
Yeah.
Like the older guy?
Yeah. Wasn't him?
No, it wasn't him. It was a younger guy.
Maybe Clint?
I don't know who that is.
Maybe Dallas.
But he had a code to the building?
It was not Dallas.
If he had a code to the building, then you're probably good.
Okay.
You did lock the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're probably good.
But I heard something behind me, and I sort of turned, and I was like, there was this person standing there, and I was like,
I did not see him on the monitor. I was not looking that closely. Maybe I should.
He wasn't on the monitor because he was like standing behind the door of it, or not like behind the door, but right there in the doorway, and it was freaky.
This segment of the show brought to you by MyPillow, so you can sleep well, without fear, without any issues. You can sleep right through that home invasion even. No, I'm kidding. Totally joking. But they are, if you've been thinking about buying a MyPillow, there's no better time than right now. $29.99 will get you a premium Queen MyPillow, king size, only $5 more. They have the patented interlocking fill that adjusts to your individual sleep needs. You can wash them and dry them, and they're made in the USA.
If somebody breaks in and you wet your Giza sheets, you can wash them.
Yes.
Bingo. Or you can just wrap on your My diaper. So make sure to go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout for deep discounts on everything. The mattress topper. My mother-in-law bought a mattress topper, and when she told me the price, I was like, what? So you can get a deep, deep, deep discount with promo code BEARD at mypillow.com/radio specials, or 800-889-7318 is our own individual phone number you can use to call. So we've gone serious. Let's dive into
only our show can do this.
Yeah, we can go from the gospel to flatulence, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a teacher here in. Let me make sure I get you potted up, big dog.
Yeah.
So
it's a new church called Farts for Faith.
So let's set this up. Connor, I don't have the news story I sent to you. Whoa, what's that noise? That's your computer, buddy.
Hang on 1 second.
Let's see here. The story. So basically, there's a teacher that is on a Zoom call with her students, and
without COVID, we wouldn't have this. So I guess we got to thank COVID just a little bit.
Yeah, hilarity would ensue. Make sure that's plugged in good, buddy. The actual XLR plug. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know what that is. Can you press play and see what happens? We're not getting any audio. Okay. Fantastic. Give me the cord. But we'll try it this way and see what happens. Basically, there's a teacher on a Zoom call, and a rogue fart is let out. It's the kids. The laughter.
Female teacher, so it went.
So you know how kids and farts are like the
kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, something about kids and adult men.
We just don't know, and women too. It's just when we get older, we're not.
But women don't have the fart humor that I mean, women don't find it as funny as men do.
Around other men. Women, I guarantee. I think
most of us are here. So if you pull out your journeys book,
I picture all women do like joke alone with themselves. They would never share it with us.
Are here. So if you pull out your,
and we would do it all the time.
Well, there's no question we would do it all the time. So let's.
If my wife said I love it when you do that, I would do it all the time. I mean, that's just the way it would be.
So let's just go ahead and check it out here.
Most of us are here. So if you pull out your journeys book.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? What?
These are all the kids chiming. What was that? I think she farted. That's so good. And they continue to just go into a giggle fit.
So is she?
That was a big one.
That was a big one, he said.
Is she playing that as like a?
I don't know.
It almost looked like she played the sound effect.
It did. It did almost look like it.
Whoever it was, it might be a little embarrassed. So let's stop.
I still blame you.
I still blame you. It may not have been the teacher at all. Who knows? But you've got to love that remote learning takes us to there.
Yes. I would like her as a teacher for my kids. If she did that on purpose, that to me that would make the Zoom call so much better.
Because I was always the whoopee cushion kid. You know what I'm saying? I'd put a whoopee cushion everywhere I could, because why not? So it's just I love teachers that are willing to just allow. I mean, every teacher I would have had would have been like, shh, 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 hush, hush. It's not funny. It's bodily noises are natural.
Did you ever see the video? Speaking of, since we did kind of bring in faith and that, did you ever see the video the people made the pooting pastor? Did you ever see that?
Oh Lord!
Did you ever see that?
You could tie together poots and a pastor.
Did you ever see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Connor, please. Can we? I mean, you just played a flatulent on the radio, so could we not look that up?
We will see in the break. We'll look it up in the break. Let's go to 866-494-9866. Maybe you have a flatulent story. Maybe John Jackson does. Who knows? He's on line 2. Let's see what he's got for us. John, do you have a story about flatulence?
No, I sure don't. I got one on the homeless.
Okay, well, let's transition back to that.
All right. There's a guy in our church, and he has Unsheltered International. Great guy. Okay. Travis Sharp is his name. And he's based in Coleman. He's got programs all over, and even in the Philippines. So he would be a good guy to contact.
Travis Sharp. What did you say? Unsheltered International.
Unsheltered International.
Okay. I'm writing that down right now. Unsheltered International. Thank you very much for the call and for the information. Like I said, we certainly want to do something to help, and that's only way we know how to do it is to find someone who's equipped to do it and then try to throw some of our weight behind it in terms of making it known. Do you have that pulled up?
I do.
Are you really going to play this?
Sure.
Oh, Lord, I'm terrified.
Watch this. Peter first was in fear when Jesus told him to launch out. It's amazing when the Lord speaks to you.
That's not real.
62062.
That's not real. That's not real. Turn that off. That's not real. That is clearly a farce. See what I did there? A farce.
But that's because this guy, I don't know what his name is. He's one of these televangelist preachers, and he makes all these faces. The entire whoever put that together. That was when the internet first started doing what it does best.
Which is what in your
crazy stupid stuff.
Okay, in your summation or your
you don't lie. You're gonna watch this all day.
I'm not gonna watch. I will never again watch the Pooting Pastor. If I'm being completely honest with you,
I think you'll probably share it with all your friends today.
I don't have many friends.
I guarantee if you take that over to the guys behind Railroad Bazaar.
Oh, if I take that over to the homeless camp and pull it out and play it for the guys.
It'd be a great laugh for them, too.
Yeah.
It'd be good. Sometimes they need to laugh a little bit.
Hey, let me tell you, some of them have some really nice tents. I'm talking about one dude had a canvas walled wall tent. I'm like, that's a $1,000 tent. I mean, that's a month in a hotel. I mean,
see, you like that cold weather. You're like, oh, this is great, guys. Yeah. What are y'all complaining about? It's 3 below. I love this weather. Let's go
up there and it's you know what I'm saying. I thought about bringing a bow and arrow out there and see if we couldn't stick a doe. But no, I'm kidding. That's a joke. Not fun. That's not. I'm sorry. Too soon.
But yeah, it's. I would be the one that have the sympathy for their cold.
I mean, I do too. I mean, I don't look. I don't. You weren't here yesterday. I forgot that you were quote unquote sick. Some of that whiskey flu. And I told a story about hunting. Mm-hmm. The day after Christmas, I was going to go. and it was like 8 degrees outside with the wind chill, and I just wasn't that mad at them.
Wow, you said you were too cold.
Yeah, well, it wasn't too cold. It was just I made the choice for warmth in my bed.
It's every day.
Yeah, I mean, I would have happily gone, but I chose. Maybe I'll go Thursday morning since we're off Thursday morning. You know, I am looking forward to our 4-day weekend again. I'm not going to lie to you. That week off was glorious.
But see, the bad part for me, though, I don't know if you guys are like this. So, like, when I went to Gatlinburg, we're there, but I still woke up early.
No.
And I'm like, go back to sleep.
Yes,
like, put me back.
if I don't stay up late, but I started staying up late, and that fixed that problem. I slept till 9 o'clock every day. It was fantastic. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. When we come back, J.J. Watt drops he hits the boomstick on his own team. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 6 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Many Americans are getting direct payments under the new stimulus bill, but how much? President Trump signed the bill Sunday that authorized $600 payments, but he and Democrats in Congress want $2,000 payments. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said,
"The President of the United States has put this forth as something that he wants to see in terms of, and part of his signing the legislation."
Republicans in the Senate have not been as receptive. Sources tell ABC Majority Leader Mitch McConnell will speak today on the Senate floor. President-elect Joe Biden says his transition team is not getting the cooperation it needs from the outgoing administration. More on that from ABC's Avery Harper.
The Trump administration countering President-elect Joe Biden's accusations of obstructing the transition of power.
We have encountered roadblocks from the political leadership at the Department of Defense and the Office of Management and Budget. It's nothing short, in my view, of irresponsibility.
Acting Defense Secretary Christopher Miller says the Pentagon's transition efforts, quote, already surpassed those of recent administrations with over 3 weeks to go. Miller saying that 160 interviews have been conducted and 5,000 pages of documents have been shared with the Biden transition.
Boeing 737 MAX returns to commercial service today.
After being grounded for close to 2 years today, American Airlines is the first U.S. carrier to return the Boeing 737 MAX to commercial service. The first paying passengers in the U.S. boarding a MAX flying from Miami to New York after the FAA approved the plane to fly again. United and Southwest are the only other 2 U.S. airlines to have the MAX. They have not set return dates yet, but they indicate it will be later in 2021. Alex Stone, ABC News.
California likely to extend stay-at-home orders today for most of the state. You're listening to ABC News.
They're pounding on the door. They're calling on the phone. It's the collectors. It's those credit cards you ran up trying to start your business. Now you found out that a DBA hurts the family and brings the pain home.
Do you remember hearing these commercials on radio? For over 40 years, Ray Reynolds has helped customers get millions in credit. It's no wonder why they call him the godfather of credit. Ray Reynolds will get your score above 720. Do you need $50,000 of corporate credit? By using corporate credit, you can finance a business, buy real estate and stock under a corporation. Take advantage of numerous tax write-offs only available to a corporation. Now you can meet Ray Reynolds on his daily webinar at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, or call 800-490-4140 to find out more about his secrets to success in helping fix and improve your credit. Go to rayswebinar.com at 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. Monday through Friday and check out his free, very informative webinar, or call 800-490-4140 now. It's worth your time and you'll learn a lot. That's rayswebinar.com or call 800-490-4140.
In any home, cabinets are an instrumental part of your design. So, when you open your current cabinets, what instrument do they play? Wouldn't you rather they sounded like this? They can. It just takes one call to us.
Cabinet Express Online, North Alabama's premier cabinet supplier. Whether you want a complete custom kitchen or some of our RTA line, at Cabinet Express Online, you will get the most value out of your hard-earned money every time. Are you looking for framed or frameless? Either way, in no time at all, your dream kitchen can be a reality. And the only place you should trust to bring that dream to life is Cabinet Express Online. Schedule your free design consultation today with Cabinet Express Online. Call 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355. And online at CabinetExpressOnline.com. Design your custom kitchen today with Cabinet Express Online.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed. It's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry MyPillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever.
Buy one MyPillow, get one MyPillow free. Call 800-889-7318 or go to MyPillow.com. Click on radio specials and use code BEARD at checkout.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Oh, well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
Are you tired? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem, utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
The talk station in Alabama, WVNN. Depend on it.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Two American kids growing up in the heartland. Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host, joining you each and every morning right here at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. So thankful that you choose to join us each and every day. If you don't want to wake up that early, it's okay. Neither do we. Just go to beardedisbetter.com. Be sure to click at the top there on podcast, on the social media links. Be sure to engage with us. There's 1,000 ways to listen to our content each and every day, and we're so thankful that you choose to do that with us every single day. Listen, Purcell Lumber and Custom Millwork is the only place I go for those do-it-yourself projects. You just the in-laws were here, they left, and your father-in-law made some comments about your house, and you're feeling a little concerned about, you need to do a little sprucing up. Well, hey, let me tell you something. The only place to go is Purcell Lumber for DeWalt tools, for Benjamin Moore paints, for your lumber. Lumber prices are through the roof. There's anything you could ever possibly need. We're about to build a house, and we're going to do so with Purcell Lumber. If you're a contractor, give them a call for a material takeoff list. Whatever it is that you need, they've got it. Just give them a call today. They are in Athens. Let's see here. Why did that not? There it is. Purcell Lumber and Custom Millwork is 256-232-6320. That's 256-232-6320, or PurcellLumberandMillshop.com. Be sure to let them know that the Beard sent you. Again, thank you so much for supporting our sponsors and making sure that we have a path forward to continue providing you with the best show in morning radio. Okay, so Connor, let's go ahead and pull up the let's go and pull up the J.J. Watt video here. This is J.J. Watt. He plays for the Houston Texans. They're having a pretty rough go this season.
4-11.
Yeah, 4-11. And after their game the other day, this was his press conference. There are a couple pieces of language that are bleeped out, but it's the message that's more important than any of that. So stick with me and let's check this out.
If you can't come in and put work in the building, go out to the practice field and work hard, do your lifts and do what you're supposed to do, you should not be here. This is a job. We're getting paid a whole lot of money. There are a lot of people that watch us and invest their time and their money into buying our jerseys and buying a whole bunch of, and they care about it. They care every single week. We're in week 16.
We're sending
nothing. 4 and 11.
Huh? It's not going. Okay. You can't hear it, Sandee. Okay. Well, give me that. Give me the cord back. It's obviously we're having issues here. Sorry about that, folks. What was the number one thing they don't want to hear?
We have issues.
Technical difficulties. Apparently, it's something we do pretty regularly.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. It is indeed Tuesday.
This is Chromecast.
Whoa, sorry about that. There's an ad playing first.
Issues.
But J.J. Watt has one of the richest contracts in the NFL for a defensive lineman. And when he signed his contract, he said, I'm going to go to work because I get paid to do this. And he's an incredible guy.
Come in and put work in the building, go out to the practice field and work hard, do your lifts and do what you're supposed to do. You should not be here. This is a job. We are getting paid a whole lot of money. There are a lot of people that watch us and invest their time and their money into buying our jerseys and buying a whole bunch of and they care about it. They care every single week. We're in week 16 and we're 4-11, and there's fans that watch this game, that show up to the stadium, that put in time and energy and effort and care about this. So if you can't go out there and you can't work out, you can't show up on time, you can't practice, you can't want to go out there and win, you shouldn't be here. Because this is a privilege. It's the greatest job in the world. You get to go out and play a game. And if you can't care enough, even in week 17, even when you're trash, when you're 4-11, if you can't care enough to go out there and give everything you've got and try your hardest, that's bullshit. So that's how. I think there are people every week that still tweet you, that still come up to you and say, hey, we're still rooting for you. We're still behind you. They have no reason whatsoever to. We stink. But they care. And they still want to win, and they still want you to be great. That's why. Those people aren't getting paid. We're getting paid handsomely. That's why. And that's who I feel the most bad for is our fans. And the people who care so deeply in this city, and the people who love it and who truly want it to be great. And it's not. And that sucks as a player, to know that we're not giving them what they deserve.
And then he walks out.
Cancel culture is going to get him. He can't say truth like that.
So I've heard a bunch of things from a bunch of people who they're abstaining from football. They're saying, they're boycotting the NFL. One of the main things I hear is they get paid way too much money to complain and moan and whine and racial inequality this and politics that. We want to see them play a game, yada, yada, yada. Here you have a guy that in 2014 signed a $100 million contract, the biggest contract at the time for a defensive lineman. The day he signed, he was interviewed, and they asked him what he was going to do with his money, and they asked him, what, and he, because he's notorious for he doesn't go party, he doesn't go to the bars, he doesn't do any of that stuff, and he made one of the greatest quotes that I've ever heard, and I'm not going to nail it directly, so this would be a translation, not a quote, okay, but it was to the tune of, I just signed for $100 million. When I retire, I'll have time to do whatever I want, drink whatever I want, party whenever I want, do anything I want, literally. But for the time that the Houston Texans are going to pay me $100 million to play a game, it's my job. And I'm taking it seriously. And I'm going to bust my A every single day to be the best player I can be for this team, for this city, for this organization that paid me $100 million to play a game.
Yeah. What a great attitude to have just in life in general.
Well, and
things aren't going your way. You got family, you got things to do. Sometimes you just need to suck it up, and people are still invested. People still care. Still got to feed your kids. move on.
And now, mind you, he's got two other brothers in the NFL, okay? Derek and TJ Watt. And you can't tell me that this attitude and the way these kids were raised didn't contribute to their success.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to have a dude playing a game, to have this kind of – I mean, he just called out his whole team. He said, for those of you that don't take this seriously, you're killing us.
Although you know that there was probably at least one that you know of, but probably more of. He's saying somebody showed up late.
Oh,
Somebody
showed up late, doing their workouts, not lifting when they're supposed to, not taking team workouts. Look, playing football it's not like in baseball they play a game every single day, right? And so they have to get their workouts in. They lift during the day, they practice during the day, they do all those things, but they put in most of their work during spring training. Football, on the other hand, is a game where you play once a week, and so you have 6 days of prep time for every game, almost every game. Some you play on a short week or whatever, but he's saying, hey, hotshot defensive back that shows up right at game time and acts like you're too good to work out and you're God's gift to football. J.J. Watt is far and away the best defensive lineman maybe to have ever played the game.
Yeah.
He's in top 5 easily. And I guarantee you that dude didn't get a trophy every time he played the game.
Oh. And
I guarantee you that dude knew how to lose.
And there's nobody that's going to challenge him because he would put
Are you
the hurt
kidding
on
me?
him. He'd put the hurt on him.
That's a big man.
Yeah.
That is a monster of a man. I just wanted to share that with you because it's the right attitude to have. And 866-494-9866, if you want to chime in on that, we'd love to hear from you. This is Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kind of quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I don't know computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. Web Underdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, Web Underdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact Web Underdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. Web Underdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And then it was like I stepped funny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I could barely walk on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600 at Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic, we've got your back. Come see us today.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Come on. If I could reach the stars. Come on. Only you like Maya Clapton?
Yeah. Almost sound like Aaron Neville.
Welcome back, Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard on our latest Tuesday karaoke edition of the best, the greatest, the only show in morning radio worth waking up and listening to. Zacchaeoke, Alternative Medicine Associates of Madison. Let me tell you guys, Dr. Gilliam, the doctors Gilliam, as it were, the two doctors Gilliam. Dr. Gilliam and his wife are unbelievable. Dr. Deb is great, and their son is also involved in what they do over there. And I've told you guys about my uncomfortable relationship with opiates and how the multiple surgeries I've had have created a significant amount of pain in my life. When I started with the Alternative Associates of Madison, it was life-changing because I got this inflammation IV therapy that was unbelievable. I mean, my knee felt better than it has in years. Be sure, if you guys have neuropathy, joint pain, you've got arthritis, there's a ton of things that you can't figure out that a doctor's having a hard time, or that maybe you feel you're just being medicated to the hilt. You guys need to give them a call at 256-325-0955. They're great. They're good people. Honestly, it's the only doctor that I've been to that I feel has a desire, like they truly want to see people get well. It's not about growing a practice. It's not about, they actually care about the well-being of each and every single patient they have, and it's a very unique environment. So be sure to give them a call today. They're on Slaughter Road in Madison. You can reach them at 256-325-0955 or at alternativemedicinemadison.com. Make sure you let them know that the Beard sent you, and we're again thankful for their partnership with our show, and they're proud sponsors of Boomer and the Beard. Be sure to support them and let them know that we sent you. So a couple of headlines out there that we need to touch on. Anybody familiar with this teen who got suspended over her Snapchat message? Anybody heard about this? Bueller?
Have not heard that.
Surprisingly, it's in Pennsylvania. They probably don't know how to count, but it's okay. A Pennsylvania school district is requesting the Supreme Court. How about that? Now they want the Supreme Court.
For Snapchat.
The election, not important. Snapchat, by God, we're bringing the hammer.
For a teen.
Yes.
And Snapchat.
A freshman cheerleader and her parents sued the district after it disciplined the teen for a profane message she shared on social media. So, in 2017, the unnamed student had just discovered that she didn't make the varsity cheerleading squad when she sent the following offending message. She messaged 250 friends, where she used curse words 4 times and expressed her unhappiness with the school, the softball, cheer, and everything. Though those Snapchat messages are ephemeral. What does that mean? Do they disappear? By design, another student took a screenshot of it and showed it to her mother, who's a coach. The school suspended the student from cheerleading for a year, saying the punishment was needed to avoid chaos and maintain a team-like environment. So a young lady cursed 4 times on a Snapchat message and was suspended from cheerleading for a year.
So she didn't threaten anyone.
Correct.
She didn't say she was going to blow up the school, or she didn't say that she was going to, totally annihilate all of these X, Y, and Z people.
No, that's correct.
She
just was upset with the school. Yeah, she cursed 4 times. It makes sure to clarify 4 times. And unfortunately, the Constitution would disagree with the school's position, and they won. And so they rendered the school powerless when regarding free speech. And so the school system is now asking the Supreme Court to step in and set a threshold for the First Amendment. Where does this land with everybody? Where does this land with everybody? This is one of those this is one of those kind of weird things, right? Where, do you have the right to say whatever you want? Well, yeah, the Constitution kind of says that you do. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater, but you can disagree with the way. Now maybe we don't like it. Maybe we wish this young lady would have had some more couth, as Mama used to call it. And if I was her parents, I'd have whooped her A. But
oh yeah.
But for her to be suspended for a year, I don't.
Was she suspended from school or from the team?
Yeah, she was suspended from the team.
I think that's okay.
And I think I do too. I think that it's no different than because if we're going to be consistent, let's look at it this way. So we have said over and over again, Colin Kaepernick had no right to take a knee because the team has the ability to say you must adhere to these rules if you want to play for us. He did not. He's not playing. He's no longer in the league. So as an employer, which is a different ballgame, I want to make sure I clarify, being employed and being compensated for your job is different than being in school. But I think Connor made a very important distinction. She was not suspended from the school.
Right.
She was, and so, I had to sign a contract with all of my coaches that said I would act a certain way. So I guess my question would be, did that exist? Was there a code of conduct that was to be guidelines by which these student athletes were supposed to live?
Not sure about Pennsylvania, but I know that there's a code of conduct here in our county schools and in our city schools here. And the fact of the matter is, like, teenagers are brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Her life as she knew it is done.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to be bullied. She's going to be she's going to be picked on. Like, if she was at the top of the totem pole, which was our word yesterday that we couldn't use, then, she's going to be knocked down big time.
Yeah, she's going to be shipped down the river.
Yeah. She's going to have a price to pay. And I do agree with her not being able to participate on the cheerleading team. I thought that you were saying that she was going to be, suspended from school.
Well, and there are some. There are some. This article's not that real well written. Maybe Connor, you could look it up and see if it has anything to do with suspension from school. But the article I'm reading in a quote says the school suspended the student from cheerleading for a year, saying the punishment was needed to avoid chaos and maintain a team-like environment. Now, I wish their reasoning would have been a little more solid.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been a little more along the lines of, because she didn't adhere to a code of ethics that we expect all of our student athletes to abide by. If a football player would have said the same thing, would he have been suspended? Well, I certainly hope so. Not if he goes to Florida, but if Florida, gets this, you can have whatever attitude you want, throw a shoe 20 yards down the field, lose the game for your team, and still be on the team. By the way, they need to fire Dan Mullen, but I think they're right to do this. I would. Look, if the school district didn't do it, if I'm the coach, she gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, me as a parent, I would tell her, there's no way you're going to be on that cheerleading squad. There's no way.
Yeah, you just showed your tail.
Any right parent in their right mind would be like, you're going to have consequences to pay. Mm-hmm. You want to be all big and bad? Well, let's get down to it. And I would put her under house arrest.
Can you see Sandee looking at her kid and saying, "I brought you into this world. I could take you out of it." I could envision
I have said that.
I could envision that
many times.
Connor, what do you got?
This article reads to me that yes, she was kicked off the team. It was not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I can't tell if the decision was imposed by the coach or by the school.
Doesn't matter, I don't think.
I kind of think it does, because the coach can make the distinction of look, your character is not up to what I
that's fair.
What I expect, and for this reason I am disciplining you. Whereas if it's coming from the school, I think that's kind of different. They are saying this is your punishment for saying this thing, coming from us, the school. And that's where
But what if you look at it, okay, but let's take it, let's put that example in other terms. Let's look at the Florida incident, okay? And I realize it's a college and it's different, but let's say it's a high school. Or let's look at the kid that tackled the referee, right? We watched that video where the kid tackled the referee. Sure. And let's say the coach decides to do nothing because that's his star football player, and the school says, wait a minute, we have a strict code of ethics that all of our athletes are supposed to adhere to, and our coach is unwilling to make the hard decision and do that thing that needs to be done, so we're going to do it. That's what oversight is all about. Mm-hmm. That's why you have institutional oversight. That's why you have a principal that oversees the decisions of teachers, and why you have athletic directors that oversee the decisions of coaches, right? And so I think there's a lot of specifics in this story that we're missing, but either way, I don't think it changes much because the school ultimately decides the code of ethics that all of their they are the state government saying, hey, this is what the state of Alabama, this is what we're going to be held to, and then each mayor is supposed to operate within those rules. And if the mayor chooses not to operate within those rules, the governor should then be able to say, wait a minute, we have this set of codes or rules or whatever that the state is all voted in or whatever. I mean, that's not a great illustration because there's a legislative process that is included in that doesn't play here on the school's side. But you know what I'm saying? The school has the say as to the overall big picture code of ethics. It's the coach's job to enforce. If they don't, the school has to, don't they?
I don't know. That's an interesting case.
We should get an educator in here and ask him. So you're listening to Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. Be sure to go to beardedisbetter.com and check out the podcast, check out the YouTube channel, engage with us on social media. 866-494-WVNN, old18.com hotline. Join us now. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
Another holiday looms, and it's another day of officials asking people not to celebrate in large groups.
Let's not gather in large numbers for the New Year's Eve celebration. So let's celebrate differently, but let's do it safely.
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, holiday travel has seen more people pass through TSA checkpoints than any other time in the pandemic, leading to fears those will continue surges of COVID-19 cases. California Governor Gavin Newsom said it's likely most of his state's strict stay-at-home orders will be extended today. This week could see the first veto override of the Trump presidency. The House voted to override the veto of the military spending bill. The Senate's likely to do the same. Today, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell could address the stimulus payments to Americans. The House voted to increase the amount from $600 to $2,000, something President Trump supports. Boeing 737 MAX jet returns to commercial service today on an American Airlines flight from Miami to New York. Brian Clark, ABC News.
My great-great-aunt Bertha May had certain words she would not let us say at the dinner table. Nowadays, if you're a government contractor, CMMC is one of those words. Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. It's where you've got to be in the DoD world if you want to bid and win government contracts. 256-975-4758. My friends at Simple Helix, look, they're not afraid, and they can show you a cost-effective path to becoming CMMC compliant. What that means, they're going to help you navigate the process. They're going to make a plan, and they're going to get you to those big government contracts you need. Give my friends at Simple Helix a call today at 256-975-4758. That's 975-4758. Tell them the Beard sent you.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it.
I like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands. With a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And on online at Donatos.com. Donatos Pizza, where every piece is important.
For years, the food Nazis have pressured cereal companies to get rid of sugar in order to fight childhood obesity. So cereal makers ditched the sugar. But the kids still got fat. And it looks like the days of appeasement are over now because the Wall Street Journal says that sugar is coming back. Kellogg's killed off its lower sugar version of Frosted Flakes. After a backlash, General Mills scrapped its all-natural Trix and brought back the original, complete with artificial colors and artificial flavors the way it ought to be. Catering to the food Nazis hurt the cereal makers' bottom line. Cereals created to attract the health-conscious, like Cheerios with added protein or Frosted Flakes with high fiber. They didn't sell. Nobody bought them. Over the last 5 years, cereal sales dropped 11%. So sugar is coming back to sweeten things up. Now, these cereal makers could have saved themselves a lot of grief if they had simply paid attention to me years ago or to Michelle Obama's school lunches. She replaced the foods that kids like with what she thought they should eat. And they ended up dumping her healthy choices into the garbage and sneaking off to fast food places. Consumers want Cheerios that taste like Cheerios, Trix with artificial colors, Frosted Flakes frosted with sugar. And they're going to get all of that again. It's a great day in America for you and for sugar, and hopefully a first step to more stuff like this.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back, that same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me? I said, don't worry, kid, I got you. Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for 1 low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
Where Alabama talks. WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back. Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, the big, beautiful, bearded host. This song right here makes me feel like, welcome in to the Top 40 Hotline, where your requests are our command.
I got a request and dedication. Casey Kasem. Anyway, Simple Helix. If you are needing some IT help, give them a call today. 256-975-4758. The world is changing, and you definitely have all kinds of remote stuff.
Yeah, it is.
The threat of cyber attacks are real.
That's
and
right.
They're getting more and more scary.
That's right.
So give them a call today. 256-975-4758. You can save a lot of money. Maybe you have spent a bunch of money on fixing things.
Bunch of money.
There may be opportunities that you can save a little money
and
go a different path. They're also a Microsoft Gold partner, so if you're needing to get into the Microsoft environment and have not done so, the Teams and SharePoint and all those things are are good ways to work and make your business more efficient.
That's right.
256-975-4758.
If an RV pulled up and blew up your data center, give Simple Helix a call. They can put a new data center in for you.
So I have some insight on what you were talking about in a minute.
Oh, yeah?
But I feel like I always, when I get in this, I'm turning more and more into the old man, get off my lawn.
No, you are.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's you.
But I am raising a 14-year-old and 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm, probably watching myself and then also social media and things. And I think when you have kids in school, what would be the purpose of suspending young lady from her team for making bad comments? What would be the purpose?
Consequences for your actions.
Okay. But also to say, I think anything that we have, and I think where the school is missing, is we're supposed to be training them for real world.
Sure.
Okay. Well, the one thing that I don't like about the real world is that
Bills?
It's very inconsistent.
No.
So, for instance, we were talking about the Georgia runoff coming up. Yesterday, they had a rally for Raphael Warnock, Reverend Warnock.
Oh, Lord.
And
The good Reverend.
And John Ossoff. Now,
sounds like Osama.
They're trying to reach the younger vote.
Yep.
They had a rapper by the name of BRS Cash. Have you heard of him?
That is a new one.
Wait,
okay.
I'm sorry. How do you say that? Do you say Burrs Cash?
Yeah.
How do you even say that? That's not even a cool name. Like Cardi B at least sounds, whoppy. You know what I'm saying? B Burrs Cash. Burrs. Is it cold? Burr Cash.
I'm going to read his
dumbest
tweet.
name ever.
I'm going to turn this because I'm going to read his tweet. It's going to be very uncomfortable to read this.
Oh, Lord.
And I like the fact that school is out because probably there's not any kids listening to this.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, my gosh.
So this guy was the rapper at the Reverend's
Burrs
rally.
Cash.
Okay, this is who the Reverend and them picked to fire up their rally. In 2012, BRS Cash tweeted this. If she say stop and you still hit it from the back.
Oh, my gosh.
Hold on. Is it an accident or rape? LOL.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's uncomfortable for me to say.
That's uncomfortable for me to listen to.
But what I'm saying is.
Hashtag me too.
This is where I get frustrated is young girl loses her career, future, school for cussing. This guy is a guy that pumps up the rally for a election. How is this possible in the world we live in? How can that guy make that tweet and he's still able to be anywhere near anyone?
I mean, on a scale of 0 to Roy Moore, he's a full-blown Roy Moore.
Yeah. I mean, there's no hiding the LOL. Everybody knows what that means. And I don't think rape and LOL should ever be in the same sentence.
No, you're right.
Never, ever, ever.
And that's a reverend that he was pumping the rally for.
No, well, let's be clear.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, he has to be held accountable for that.
Yeah, but let's be clear. Him claiming the term reverend is like Joel Osteen claiming the term pastor.
Fair enough. But if that was.
But the fact of the matter is, he still calls himself a reverend.
No, absolutely.
Like,
and people follow him. I mean, he's got a flock. That's the scary part about false teachers, and that's why James says very plainly, "Brethren, for you ought not long to be teachers, for teachers will be judged more strictly. They will be held to account."
And that's where I feel like I'm the old person, but I'm like, man. I want to tell my kids, in that situation, if I was the father of that girl, hey, here's the deal: stuff that goes on the internet will affect you for the rest of your life.
But unless you're a rapper,
yes,
or unless you're black, or unless you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
If that had been Hank Williams Jr.,
then he was at a Trump rally.
And he was at a Trump rally.
End of the world.
He would have been.
It would have been the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was uncomfortable to hear.
Yeah, that was what I'm still trying to get over my secondhand embarrassment.
But uncomfortable for me to say, but there's the reality of it. So I can look at my son and say, you know what? Be careful what you get on.
Tweet whatever you want, son. Just vote Democrat.
Yeah. That is to me, that should be the end of the Georgia runoff. That should shut him down. If they have a soul, if they have done. Hey, you
But here's the difference, though. The difference is the media would have non-stopped cover. Like, you won't hear about this.
Zero.
This won't be in the media at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
Just like Cuomo. Remember, we talked about Cuomo and his little hashtag #MeToo moment where he got accused of assaulting that young lady. Have you heard another thing about it? I'll wait.
No. There was another story I heard. I feel bad. I tried to find it just a minute ago, but there's a young lady that I think had got like a. She wasn't. I don't think she was playing sports, but she had signed. Had got accepted to the University of Tennessee, but she had shared a. I guess I made a comment or something. She used the N-word like 5 years ago, and it came up, and now she's not allowed to go to the University of Tennessee. And it was just like,
listen, folks.
You got to call balls and strikes.
Hey, listen. I want to be real consistent on this. I don't care what side, black, white, yellow, green, Democrat, Republican. There are things that 5 years ago, if you looked at, no, not 5, but 8 years ago, if you looked into my life, you would never tune into the show if you judged me by those standards. There are things that Republicans and Democrats did that were acceptable by the standard of the day that are no longer acceptable. We cannot retroactively apply standards. Now, the N-word is bad, no question, and it was never appropriate. I'm not trying to say that at all. But if she's 18, 5 years ago, she was 13. A 13-year-old's bad decision on Twitter or Facebook or wherever she put it out, is there no grace?
Yeah.
Like, is there no grace? Aunt Becky got grace. She's out of prison. I don't know. She reunited with her criminal daughters. How about that? Wow. I'm not usually at a loss for words.
I'll show you this during the break because I cannot say the title of this song.
But Burr's Cash got me speechless.
Well, the the song that his hit 2019
let's
single.
not talk about it.
Gosh.
I'm assuming
know who is going to hold the standard. You know, like
Jesus.
Yeah. That's the only one.
That is the only account that you'll have to give. And by the way, the most important account you'll ever give to, and the one with the most impact on eternity. I'll say that. So we won't be using that for bed music on the way back. But you're listening to Boomer and the Beard. God. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
When people walk through our doors, they all see something different.
A treehouse.
Our dream home.
Our cabin in the woods.
A new golf course community.
When you have every conceivable building material imaginable in place, the possibilities are limitless.
Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop. Let us bring your home improvement project to life. The best products and name brands in residential and commercial building supplies. From lumber to Benjamin Moore paints, DeWalt tools, custom millwork, doors, and more. Looking for something specific? Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to make sure you find the products you need to complete your home projects. Pay a visit today to Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop on Clinton Street in Athens and online at PurcellLumberandMillShop.com. Or for questions, give us a call at 256-232-6320. Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop in Athens, where builders, remodelers, and home improvement specialists come to shop.
Remember being in your favorite sport clips, getting set for that great MVP haircut experience? Yeah, how about if we made that wait even shorter? Now, with Sport Clips On Deck text alerts, when you check in online or with our app, we'll text you a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. And when you're the next man up, you'll get another text to come take your seat. Less wait time, more prime time. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
Are you tired? You suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
The Dale Jackson Show, weekday mornings only on WVNN.
Yeah. Playing in a rock and roll band. That's right. Welcome back. Hometown Heartbeat, Boomer, and the Beard. While Sandee may be the only one with an actual album, I may be going to the studio very quickly. You never know. With this talent, it'll be tough to keep me away from the old...
Well, I was about to ask Boomer to sort of check on you. It looked like you were having a seizure.
I was. I briefly seized.
Yeah.
I let him read an article, and then during the break, and his heart rate's up right now. Just a little.
Great.
Reverend Warnock, good man. I like him.
Yeah.
Good, solid character guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go download BR Cash's albums in seconds.
Brr, it's cold. Cash.
I just don't know. That's the one thing I don't. I guess that's the old man in me. But I'm thinking that guy's probably. I'm gonna do the net worth of BR Cash, and just see where I failed in life.
Well, after you explained to me his lyrics of his most famous song, I mean, we can't even make. I mean, look, it makes Tubin look like a Muppet, like a child's program.
I don't think that you need to even say anything about you being an old man, Boomer, when you're discussing things of that nature.
Like
because
Burr's Cash.
His net worth is $2 million.
Burr's
so he's
Cash.
a millionaire.
Multiple times.
I failed.
Yes.
I failed as a human.
If only you could write date rape songs and rap about them with gold teeth.
Sandee, the best part, I can say this. So in the article, he has a hit song.
He has a hit with one of the most explicit titles I've ever heard, and one of the and the most explicit lyrics I've ever heard. Okay, so I'll preface it with that.
But then the best part, it says that.
Careful.
He said that he did contemplate not releasing the song, so he thought about not doing, because it probably is not a good thing. In an interview, he said that he thought about not releasing the graphic song,
but then he changed his mind.
Yeah, just he got a conscience for like a second, and he said, "Nope, got to make that cash."
Yeah, got to make that Burr's cash. Is this real life?
I don't. That's what I don't understand. And like you said, I think your comment that you made back at the beginning is the very thing that I see is absolutely spot on. You're going to hear it here first. Zach was 100% right. The Republicans and the Christians and the people on the right do not have the stomach to stand up to these idiots. And we have to.
Oh, that's true.
We have
I don't think anybody does. No, nobody
But
has
what happens
the
is
guts
if
to
we
stand
come
up
out and
to
we
them.
say, this is what I hate. I come out and I say, okay, this song is bad. He uses the N-word a lot. And if the N-word is offensive, it's offensive. No matter who uses it, it's very offensive. This guy should be just removed from society for being a rapper and all this kind of stuff. It'd be, well, aren't you racist?
Yeah.
And so we back down, where it's like, no, I'm not racist at all. I just don't think any kid, white, black, green, yellow, whatever, should hear that. And that be what's portrayed as a female. And then go, well, hey, guys, go vote.
And it's and it's degrading. I mean, it's so degrading for those who are listening to it, and then for those it's about. Like, why? I don't.
Connor, have you heard that rap song? It's like lifestyle.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, you know that song.
That one?
No, not ringing any bells.
It sounds. Well, never mind. There's this. It's we need to do a segment on it because I was exposed.
Connor was like, oh, that one.
I was exposed to it with coaching young 15 and 16-year-old kids, and it's like, we would always. One of the things about riding with Coach was like, I made him listen to my music, and then right before the game, because we would drive to Atlanta, drive to Chattanooga, drive wherever we would, and I would always have a truck full of kids. I mean, Julian Rivas and a bunch of guys that probably, Connor, graduated a couple years ahead of you. A bunch of the Athens kids played baseball, McNary and Rivas, all these kids. We'd be in there, and we'd be playing my music most of the way, and then when we get there, I'd let them get pumped up, right? They knew how much I hated rap, but I would give them 30 minutes to. I mean, look, I wanted to play when I was a kid and I was playing baseball in college, high school, whatever. It changed my mindset to be able to get pumped. Every athlete has a routine.
Hood, don't lie.
Yeah, maybe. And we're sitting there at a game, and I just hear this guy. Sounds like he has a speech impediment. It's like, the lifestyle. And I'm like, what in the? And I wish I would have done this segment earlier so I could have found the song.
Here, let me hold up SoundHound because you can actually do.
I bet it'll do it.
So
Are you ready?
Here we go.
The lifestyle. Let's see if it works.
Scanning for MP3s.
If it works, oh my goodness, I'll be so happy.
Singing or humming? Apparently you didn't sing or hum.
Oh, okay.
You can also do it. Google's app just introduced a hum to search feature.
Really?
So hang on.
No, I'm not doing it.
I don't know if that's humming.
I'm not doing it again. I've already.
I don't know if that's humming.
Oh, here's the thing. Now, there's another part for this article, and this is where Sandee, I see if you agree with me on this, and this is one thing I've said. So when they're talking to BRS Cash, and he thought about not doing the song. He says, I didn't want there to be any backlash coming at me. So I wasn't sure if we should put out the song, but my homeboys wanted me to put it out, so I said cool and did it. What really made it was made for dudes.
Oh,
but
you think?
The women loved it, and that's the one thing that I get so frustrated with. And if I had daughters, and I say this,
if I had daughters, I'd shoot them and start over.
Well, I say this with all respect. Women, I will admit it. Zach will probably admit this. He won't like to admit it, but women, you control the world.
Yes,
of course I'll admit it. Are you kidding me? I'm married.
You make us, and we will do whatever you say and do to keep you happy. You control what's offensive, not offensive, and the fact that women are listening to these rap songs and stuff like that and letting themselves be degraded is horrible.
Yes.
I'm going to be very cautious.
I don't understand why women want to put themselves out there like that and make themselves a piece of trash to be tossed around. Why?
I'm gonna be very
We
cautious.
are so worth being called a queen, being called a princess.
Yeah, well, that's the number one thing my dad taught me how to do was how to treat women, right? And I told my little sister early on in her life, like, if he doesn't open your door on the first date, you come back to the house. Turn around, come back to the house.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
absolutely.
There's a standard, and I had to set the standard. My dad had to set the standard. My sister had to be treated that way in her own house first, and she was. Mm-hmm. And she found a man that honors her above all things but God, treats her like the bride of Christ that she is, and that standard was set by myself and my father, and the way that we treated my little sister, and I may or may not have been caught at one point in her young childhood holding one of her boyfriends to the wall with his feet off the ground by his neck. That may have happened at a church, by the way. His name was also Zach. Shout out to my man Zach, who is still terrified to this day.
He's a Christian now.
I guarantee you I scared the devil out of him. I guarantee you I scared the devil out of him. But I'm going to be very cautious about this here. But as you well know, I'm a deer hunter. There's a certain time of year that the biggest, most majestic, smartest bucks, big 4 or 5 year old bucks, you can kill them. You can kill them very easily because they lose their ever-loving mind. Mm-hmm. It's undefeated. In the history of the world, it's undefeated. That period of nature's reproduction is undefeated. And it remains undefeated to this day. Women are undefeated. They run the world. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I think that's...
Well, we should.
There's a lot more I'd like to say, but...
It's like in the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where the mom says... The husband might be the head of the family, but the woman is the neck and makes that head turn which way it needs to go. And honestly, that's what we should do. We should guide our husbands in a biblical way. I mean, our husbands are definitely the head of the household, but we need to also be there to support and guide them and to sort of ease them into what is right, what is wrong. And husbands the same as wives, but until women will stand up and say, I do not want to be taken advantage of, I do not want to be looked at like a piece of meat, we're not going to make a difference.
Maybe. Any female, if you're married or whatever, and if you were to say, demand certain standards and say, hey, if you don't meet these standards, certain things will not happen. The world would change. That's exactly what Zach's saying. It's like, these are the standards I'm going to hold, and you're not going to, this is sacred ground. This is, you're going to, but like I said, but the ladies, if you allow your boyfriends or husbands or whatever to listen to music that degrades you, and you're the one that initiates it and says, hey, that's my jam, then you got issues.
Beat the lights.
Oh, man. Get off my lawn.
I got to find that song now. A little programming note for you. Tomorrow will be our last live show of the year. We will be off Thursday and Friday for New Year's and New Year's Eve. And then we are back to the old grind the following Monday, and we don't plan on going anywhere for a little while. So we appreciate you giving us some time to recoup and to recharge. And I'm certainly finding myself working back into the groove a little bit. It was difficult yesterday. It was less difficult today. I only hit my snooze like 4 times today, as opposed to like the 8 times I hit it yesterday. And Connor's excited to be here, but that's only because he's been locked in his house for the last 10 days. But he was here before. Like, normally he texts me at 4:45. He was or 5:40. What is it? 4:45. He was here before that today. He was actually early. So, Sandee, I'm glad you didn't die, and that person over there didn't get you.
He's sitting right here across from me now.
Oh, who is it?
What is your name? Oh, Yaffy. Hey.
Oh, hey, Yaffy. Good. Yaffy's here, and so
He just scared me to death.
Look, we love you guys very much. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. Enjoy Dale Jackson coming up next. Have a great day.